bluffing, but it was definitely Dubov who kind of dodged the big opening debate and is away from the board. That is surprising in a rapid game, Jovanka, but also just a very quick action. And after knight to f6, this move d4. In the two knights, this leads to some fiery stuff. After e takes d4, white can castle if he wants to play the Scotch Gambit, or he can play e5 and d5, and this leads to some chaotic positions. Instead, after d4, d6, very, very timid from Daniil Dubov, asking white to advance, expand. He says, yes, Prag. And this is the position we see in front of us. What do you make of this? And the fact that Dubov seems so calm, just walking away, happily taking a 1 minute hit on the clock.
Well, yeah, that's surprising as well, casually going for some bottles of waters. But, I guess needs must. And, well, Dubov has made his ideas very clear. He just wants to take it to the faster time control, so he's going to be as rock solid as possible. You force him to play chess, he will do it. I think it's an interesting idea, actually. You get Prag out of the realms of mainstream theory. You also force him to extend in the center with this d5 pawn push, and that at least clarifies the plans for black. And Dubov, not phased at all, simply goes c6.
Yeah, imagine how it feels though if he loses this game, Dubov. Imagine how it feels. You've drawn all your games with white, without really trying, and you just never really got a chance. And you're like, why didn't I just at least attempt to win with white? Especially yesterday with a better position. Especially this morning, the game earlier where he just offered a draw after 12 moves. It's just bizarre. We're being told by our producers that he has beaten Prag in the 23 and 24 World Blitz Championships. So maybe he's relying on that time format, but still a bit of hard work to get there. He's got to hold this game with black first before we get to the Blitz games.
It absolutely does, but I've got to say one thing just to your point about maybe Dubov will kind of come to regret his very quick draws. Well, I think he has to have taken that decision way before this event even started. If this is going to be his philosophy, he's just said, well, I will come to terms with the fact that if I squander a black, then so be it. That is what has happened, But I think it does display full confidence in his black repertoire, also his creativity. But yeah, we'll see. We will see whether this gamble pays off.
Always going to be some check, right?
Yeah.
There's always going
It's
to be
always a
some
check.
check.
Yeah.
I mean, just take the pawn. Yeah, he goes for it.
Queen h5, 3.
Best you can realistically hope for is that black goes queen f5, queen f6 or something, and the endgame is not so easy. But,
He
I
attacks
guess-
on g7, maybe hopes that Dubov doesn't see. Okay.
okay.
Yeah,
Possible, but less likely.
Yeah, that's a
But I
good
meant here
explanation.
and
Yeah.
queen f6, and I'm not sure how winning this is.
But he
Like
goes
queen
f6.
That's why you'd be scared, but kids these days, they calculate everything.
I mean, this really doesn't seem like the most scary position ever.
I should still check if Prague wants to draw with queen h5, king g1, queen f5. Just
I think Pragg would be really happy at this point.
Rookie.
And this could be the end of Praggnanandhaa, all joking aside, which of course really alters the candidates' race as we've discussed previously. And also for the Indian fans, it's a bit rough, no? Kukesh out, Pragg out, Arjun.
They have
So
Arjun
carry
left.
Arjun and Hari is still.
Yeah, Hari.
Arjun has
Hari's
to
on.
carry him.
Yeah,
Check, puts
I
the
just
queen on
really don't
e5.
know
There is, yeah,
how
there
you can
is
mess this up.
nothing. Rook g6. And
As long as there's potential mates on g7, I'm not really
I'm just wondering, does he
I
want
mean,
to take on d5 at some point?
carry the h pawn wins. I mean, I don't know if you play this move, but h5
Yeah,
is
no,
like this
h5,
h5,
d6.
queen d6.
threaten checkmate. What do you have to lose?
Okay, I guess he will just go rook e7 and...
So I guess queen d6 and rook e5 something.
Yeah. Also, you have to stay on the diagonal to prevent rook e3, so... Yeah, he goes here, rook e7.
Checkmate.
And
then-
rook e7, not to forget.
Yeah, it's very safe. Queen f2, and now we can improve our rook. Yeah, rook e5 looks very good.
Rook e5 with not so hidden threat of rook g5. This is
And exchanging everything and just...
That's what I would think.
Off, yeah. I don't know.
I
Rook
guess
e5
rook
you
e8.
probably have to play king g1, but yeah, then rook e8 is coming and rook e1 is also
Yep.
threatened.
Rook e5 plate.
Well, this is really just the end.
This is rough. You gotta hand it to Daniil Dubov.
Yes, it's
Whenever
like
he
had
was
a plan
forced to play
right now.
chess, he didn't have any troubles and even creates troubles.
I guess he had a bit of troubles in the second classical game against Georg Meyer. He defended some
Ah,
of the
yeah,
kind of
that
bishop endgame, but it was dangerous at some point. Yeah, otherwise
Okay.
I think he's more or less flawless. Like,
You
he
had
really
to
hit it.
you had to listen to his explanations after this game. That I've blundered 7 times and
And
still wasn't
Praggnanandhaa
there.
resigns. That means Dubov knocks out one of the big remaining favorites and advances to the next round. That's a shocker.
And that also makes candidates' race very clear now. Like now,
Now it's
3
easy.
spots are
First
left
three.
here. Like the first 3
Yeah.
are qualifying, and like circuit spot and rating